Hi guys, welcome back. This practice is going to be done at the wall. So find a wall space and we're going to use 2 blocks and a strap. So grab those and we're going to do some really fundamental standing postures using the wall for alignment and clarifying where we're working too much or not working enough. So we're going to start with downward facing dog, but we're going to do it at the wall. So I want you just to put your hands on the wall, walk your feet out, and start to walk your hands down until you're in an L shape. So you're hinging from your hip crease and you're pushing into the wall. Spread your shoulder blades on your back. So think wrap the elbows down so you widen the upper back. Spread your toes. And if it feels like you're rounding a lot in your back, you can soften your knees, but eventually you want to work with straight legs, straight arms. You can slightly pull your navel up. And you can even play around with kind of bending your knees and doing a little bit of a back bend, letting your chest drop, and then maybe pulling the belly in. Just finding that subtle kind of cat-cow action at the wall. So do one more round. So inhale, back bend, let your chest drop, stick your booty up, soften your knees. And exhale, pull navel to spine, push through the shoulders. Okay, walk your hands up. So now we're going to step the right foot forward, facing the wall. And you're going to spin your back heel down. So the feet are slightly in 2 lines. We're going to set up warrior 1. And I want you to put a long block between your knee and the wall. Push your knee into the brick and let that help stabilize and give you something to push into. And then you can start to think slightly rotating the left hip forward, lifting your chest up. You can reach your arms by your ears. Any variation with the arms, they can be wide, or you can press your palms together and look at your hands. But I want you to really feel that you're grounding your back heel, you're spreading the toes in your back foot, and you're not dumping in your low back. There's a little lift of the belly, of the core. Take 2 more breaths there. This should make the warrior 1 feel easier. It does for me. And we're just going to switch sides. So you can step forward. And your stance is going to be, similar distance to like a pyramid pose. You want to have the back heel grounded, not so long that you can't ground the back heel or that you feel like you're not strong in your legs. Left knee pushes forward into the block. Draw your belly in slightly. Lift your chest, reach your arms up. Any version of the arms. Smooth breaths in and out of your nose. Again, you're spreading the back toes. Belly in slightly, hips are dropping. And we will release. Beautiful. Come to stand facing the top of your mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold into your legs. Step your right foot back and your left foot back. So you're in a downward facing dog. Inhale, take a plank pose, measure out your dog. Exhale, bend your elbows, lower to your belly. Take your fingertips wider than your mat. Inhale, roll your spine up. Lift your chest. You're on your fingertips. Exhale to release. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, drop your left shoulder. Inhale, come up. Exhale, drop your right shoulder. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Downward dog. Lift your right leg up. Walk your hands back to your left foot. And we're in a standing split with the right foot up the wall. You can soften your left knee a bit. If it's easier to put your hands on blocks, you can try that. Couple of options here. You can simply keep sliding the right leg up, maybe try to bend and straighten the right leg a few times. Or you can lean into your left foot and play with lifting your right foot off the wall a couple of times, up and down. Lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. And then just release your right foot, stay at the back of the mat, and let your butt just fall on the wall. Let your head hang, soften your knees, shake your head out. Walk your hands back to downward dog. Inhale your left leg up. Tap the wall, walk your hands back. And so it really depends on you and your practice. You could have your foot, I would say, anywhere between 5 inches to a foot away from the wall. And then again, you can just keep sliding that left foot up, maybe bending and straightening the left leg. Or you can lift and lower, engaging your left glute, lift and lower. Lift and lower. 2 more. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. And then slide your left foot to meet your right foot. Bend your knees a lot. Let your butt hit the wall and let your head just fall. Take a couple of deep breaths into the back body. And then grab your blocks, take them forward, and then come to stand. So we're going to set up for a couple of warrior poses and half moon. So you're going to stand facing the wall, take your right foot out in front of you, and that's about how long you want to be away from the wall. You're going to turn around, fold, and put your hands on the bricks, right underneath your shoulders, highest height. Take the left leg back, so we're on the right foot. The left foot's hitting the wall. Adjust the blocks so they're directly under your shoulders, so your spine is long. So this is a pretty neutral pose in the spine. We're not forward bending. It's a lifting away from the ground, so the back is working, the back is engaged. So from here, you might come onto your fingertips. You might soften your right knee. If you feel stable here, check your left toes are down. You could put your left hand on your hip or reach your left arm forward. And if you feel stable, you could reach your right arm forward. Arms are by the ears, lifting your chest. And exhale. Plant your hands round and take the knee to the nose. And release, other side. So right leg goes back. Hopefully you feel that right hamstring is really turned on and working now. The standing leg gets a lot of work here, so you're welcome. So the blocks are under your shoulders, your right toes face down. Again, this left knee can be a little bit soft, and then you start to lift away from the leg, lift the chest, sternum forward. Right toes are facing down. If you feel good, you could take the right hand to your hip or reach the right arm forward. And then if you feel good there, take the left arm to meet it, arms up, thumbs up, or hands can be on the hips. Slight back bend, chest lifts. Push through the right leg, really straight. Take another breath in. Exhale, release your hands and round, knee to the nose. And step forward. We're going to add on. So same thing, take the left leg back. This time take your right hand to your hip and you're going to look to the right side of your space. Revolved half moon, you can take the right arm up, keep pushing through the wall, keep turning your chest. You could think the right hip is going back. Maybe even take your right thumb there to rotate it. Exhale, release, and you can round knee to nose. Other side, right leg goes back. Tap the wall. Left hand on your hip. Pull your left hip crease back. Look to the left side of the space. From there, extend the left arm to the sky. So push down with your right hand to lift that left shoulder. As much as you can, straighten that back leg into the wall. Smooth breaths. Exhale, release your hand. Round your knee to nose. And release. Awesome. Come into a little squat. So toes together, heels together. Just releasing the hamstring. Let your belly hit your thighs. Let your knees fall open any amount. Heels reaching for the earth. Deep breaths in and out of your nose. Downward facing dog. Full breath in and full breath out. Step your left foot forward and your right foot forward. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, hands to your heart. Awesome. We're going to go face the wall. Take your right hand on the wall, lift your right knee up, open it out to the side for tree pose. Using the wall to stabilize, take your left arm up, and you're going to side bend up and over to the right. So the right hand can fall, push the left arm into the wall, and move that left hip away from the wall. So you're just stretching open the side body. And inhale. Come back up, other side. So turn to face your left side of your hip to the wall. Bend your left knee. Slide it up to tree pose. And also your foot could be below your knee. And you're going to lean to the left. Use your left hand for support. Stretch your right arm up and over your ear. You can touch your fingertips to the wall and push yourself away from the wall any amount. Left arm can relax. Breathe into the right ribs. And inhale, come up. Okay, so now we're going to do a couple back bends using the wall. Starting with camel pose. So you're going to take your belly all the way to the wall. Put a block outside your right ankle, a block outside your left ankle. Push the pelvis into the wall. Use your hands at your low back or your sacrum and heavy your tailbone slightly. Puff up your chest. Keep pushing the hips into the wall. If you feel good there, take your left hand and right hand to those blocks. Push down to lift your heart. Look at the ceiling. Feel your neck long. And then take your hands back to your sacrum to come back up, and you can just take a little seat to rest. And we'll do one more round like that. So same idea. Just going to do one more round. Pelvis hitting the wall. Heavy your tailbone. Your hands are at your sacrum. Lift your chest. Find your right hand on the brick. Left hand on the brick. You can go for your feet if you want. Push down to lift your chest up. Look at the ceiling. And rise back up using your hands to your sacrum and lower. Okay, we're going to add on to our back bending practice. You're going to take your blocks at an angle like this. It's kind of cool if you have one of those little edges on your wall because it works out perfectly. If you don't, the block should stabilize pretty well like that. So I'll even do it. I probably won't even use the trim, but because I'm going to make it a little higher. So these are going to go on your wrists, and we're going to do a full wheel. So we're going to prep for that by doing a bridge pose. So go ahead and lay on your back. Grab the edges of your mat, pull the mat apart, bend your knees, lift your pelvis, roll your shoulder blades down your back, lift your chin away from your chest, pull the mat apart and lift your chest even higher. Push through your heels. Exhale, release. You're going to bring your hands to the bricks and take your head right in the middle of them. So make sure the bricks are about shoulder width. Walk your feet really close to you. So we're going to inhale, come to the crown of the head. Exhale, push your arms straight and push your chest towards the wall. You might walk your feet in. Take 3 breaths. Try to straighten your elbows. Exhale to lower down. Beautiful. So that just really helps take some weight out of the wrist at that angle, and it puts more weight into your legs because the blocks are giving you a little lift. So if you find yourself doing wheel with feeling like there's just too much weight in the shoulders and the arms are not feeling it, the shoulders aren't feeling like they can hold the weight, this is a great variation. So we're going to do one more like that. Inhale, come to the crown of your head, and exhale, push into the blocks, lift your chest, push your chest towards the wall, wrap your elbows together. You might start to extend the legs a bit. Exhale, tuck your chin, slowly lower. And to rest, just put one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest, and let your knees kiss. Close your eyes. Back bends can be very energizing, so just check in, notice how you feel. And feel the heartbeat and the breath slowing down. We're going to finish with a couple of more restorative and hip openers using the wall. So to kind of neutralize the pelvis, go ahead, straighten your left leg on the ground, interlace your hands behind your right thigh, and just push the thigh into your hands. The leg comes towards straight. Push the thigh forward into the hands until it straightens your elbows. And we'll switch. Extend your right leg. Take your hands behind your left thigh. Push your thigh into your hands. Flex both of your feet. Keep resisting your thigh with your hands and push your thigh into that resistance. So the leg should be pushing so much that it should straighten your elbows. Beautiful. And then just grab your knees and just do a couple little circles here. Knees going forward and circle the other direction. Okay, roll over to the right. Come on up to sit. And we will take a strap. Take your strap behind you. Make a big loop. Bring your feet together, knees apart. Scoot your butt all the way back against the wall. So you're in Baddha Konasana. Take that loop on the backs of your feet. And then just make your strap long enough to where you can hook a loop, to where it's tight. So what you'll feel is there is this strap pulling your low back forward and also pulling your feet towards you. And this is such a yummy kind of restful pose. If it feels like it's too much in the groin, you could put little blocks here to give the legs something to rest onto. And if you wanted to get a little bit more of like an anterior tilt, you could sit up on something if it feels like it's causing too much rounding in your back. But the wall gives you something to lean into, to teach yourself to not round here, but pull the spine up, pull the shoulder blades down. The neck is long. And you can even play with pushing your knees down if you want to make this more active. Push your knees into the bricks. And just take a couple of deep breaths. Bricks or no bricks. You can give yourself a little passive stretch on the inner groin by drawing the thighs down with your hands. Then try to push the balls of the feet together as you do that. And then you can just rest. And just tune into your breath. We're going to take this shape and we're going to move it up the wall. So you're going to lay on your back. Before you do that, just kind of put your right shoulder on the wall so your butt's basically touching it. Have your strap with you and just take your legs up the wall. So I'm going to give you a couple options. It's a very simple shape. Obviously, you're just taking the legs up the wall. I like to sometimes strap in my legs. So you can take your legs about hip width, put a strap around them, and that just makes it a little easier so your legs don't start to fall any which way. If you got a friend nearby, you could have them put a sandbag on your feet to kind of weigh your feet down. But be careful, that can be dangerous. So this would be one option if you want to cactus the arms for a little bit more of like an energizing shoulder opener, you can do that. Or you can let the arms rest however it feels good. And yeah, if it feels like it's hard to keep your legs lifted, make sure your butt's just like maybe an inch at least away from the wall, especially if your hamstrings are tight. If the hamstrings are really tight, just go further away from the wall. And then another option is just letting the feet touch, and you're in Baddha Konasana. And you could set up that exact same strap situation if you want here. You don't have to. But you'll see what happens, the feet kind of fall apart. So if you wanted to even just connect the feet, you could do that. So set yourself up. Restorative poses are really, really powerful. And I'm a big fan. So allow yourself to find stillness. Tune into your breath. And let's breathe in. Hold the breath. Exhale slowly. Hold empty. Breathe in. Hold the breath. Breathe out. Hold empty. And just keep breathing easily. Come back to your breath. Take a couple of deeper inhales, sending your breath to the lowest part of your belly. You can get rid of your strap. Maybe take the legs up the wall for a moment. You can stay in this shape as long as you want with legs up the wall or in Baddha Konasana. And when you're ready to come out, just nice and easy, roll over. Be gentle and graceful with yourself. Thank you for practicing with me. I'll see you next time. Namaste.